talk about the topic of the week since we got Brandon in here.
Oh,
Karmelo Anthony, a teen accused of fatally stabbing another student at a high school track meet in suburban Dallas, was indicted Tuesday on a murder charge. A grand jury indicted Karmelo Anthony in the death of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. Collin County District Attorney Greg Willis said the April 2nd stabbing at the school stadium in Frisco struck a deep nerve here in Collin County and beyond. Anthony was 17 at the time, and since the stabbing has since turned 18. When something like this happens, they claim, at a school event, it shakes the people to the core. So now let's revisit this, because ever since this case, I find it funny, because if you pay attention to social media, they've been trying to lace the jurors. So he gets indicted, so you know it's going to trial. You know it's going to be a jury, right? It's going to be 12 of your peers. But ever since then, we've seen a slew of school stabbings all of a sudden. I've never seen so many videos of kids just stabbing kids at school. So what y'all think about this?
I'm not actually shocked. We knew this was gonna come. He had to have his day in court. So people, I see Brandon over there laughing, like thinking he was right. Like, nigga, you know he was gonna go to court for it. You knew he was gonna have to fight and go to trial. Now you're right if he doesn't come out of this on top. And we still know how the courts work, especially for our people. So I'm still got prayers for him and hoping that he actually beats the case. Now, depending on his peers, I don't think, you know what's so crazy? I don't think that by these being minors, like if you catch a case out here and you're a minor, they won't put you on the news. They won't do certain things. So I don't think his case should have even been this grossly in the public eye, because now, like you said, they're able to sway and they're able to do things. It should have stayed in that county. And now you have cases when they're open like this, people are already convinced of what they're coming up with without any facts, without going to trial. So I think his back is already against the wall of what people want to see or what they want. They're easily persuaded now.
And one key detail. They said they watched the tapes, and they said allegedly the tape shows he's guilty, he wasn't attacked, this, that, and the third. But I don't 100% believe that, because I believe if they had a tape that showed he was 100% guilty, man, that tape would have been out like yesterday.
The tape should have been.
That would have been out like yesterday. We could say it's not legal. We could say it's not.
Why they wouldn't release it after all this
bro,
talk?
That tape is going out, bro.
The tape should have been out regardless.
Guaranteed.
After everything that happened, we should have been able to decipher from the tape.
And
it shouldn't have been all that, because everybody's giving all our inputs of what happened, and the witnesses said he was not the aggressor. All the witnesses said that the white boy was the one antagonizing the situation. He was just well prepared for the situation. And they always tell us, stay ready. You ain't got to get ready. Now when he stay ready, it's a problem.
And let me say this, because an indictment does not mean guilty. He's going to trial. So for everybody who started celebrating, saying, I told you so, viral, you was wrong, Brandon was right, what y'all gonna apologize? No, I'm not, because he still got to go to trial, and he still has to get found guilty. Now, if he go to trial and get found guilty, then what? Are y'all gonna apologize?
This nigga's cooked. Basically, you said all the people there said the other guy was aggressor. That's not what the people said. That's what people on the internet was saying. That's the problem. People on the internet.
No, the dude's daughter came out and said she was a witness.
The twin brother was saying of the person who got the victim. His brother was saying that Karmelo was the aggressor. I did see an interview on that. The twin brother of him was saying,
that's his brother.
Of course.
What the fuck else he gonna say? We tried to punk him.
The black dude said his daughter went to the school. She said he came over there.
What man?
I gotta look it up.
Look it up before you say it.
He wasn't making up nothing.
Hold on, no. You gotta say exactly who it is.
We read it up here. It was just a freaking straight up troll. He had nothing
trolling
to do with it.
Now, because when you're speaking on stuff like this, you gotta be
serious.
exactly specific. We can't just say like, oh,
listen.
You know what I'm saying?
But I was gonna say, did you see with his brother saying that he was the Karmelo was the aggressor?
Yeah.
He sat up there and said, like, man, he came to our tent and he was over there tripping. And
he was the aggressor. He the one with the knife talking about.
Sure, this is his twin brother. I'm not giving that no onus.
No, what I'm saying is this.
Well, now we got the video that backs up with the twin brother.
No, that's what I'm saying. So when the tape drops, then we can all sit back and analyze and go, damn, you know what? It was right.
Do we really got a video?
Or they was wrong.
I'm just saying, you just said, listen, they're already lacing the jurors right now, bro. You have a white. Now the kid is 18 now, so now he's an adult now. They waited till he was 18.
Exactly.
You got a white kid saying, or I don't know how old the twin is, but now you got the white kid saying, my brother was not trying to be the aggressor. Whoopty whoop. He's got the tears on. Now you already got the empathy of a white family saying this black kid stabbed my brother. Bro, at the end of the day, they're in Texas. I don't know what's Frisco, Texas like. Never been there. I just assume that it's more pro rednecks out there than it is for us.
It's a stand your ground.
And y'all saying, because they not even giving names. They just said a second Memorial High School track team member. This witness was also interviewed by police and provided details of the altercation, stating that Metcalf told Anthony to leave the tent, pushed him, and Anthony then pulled out a knife and stabbed Metcalf.
I think the best case scenario for this, man, the kid get off with manslaughter. At this point, you know, he tried to defend himself and he didn't try to kill him, but he just so happened to. That's the best case scenario for him.
The thing
If his life felt threatened and he stood his ground, according to their laws, he escaped. I'm not saying he gonna escape. Go ahead, because you could have knives out there.
Listen, man.
You could definitely have knives out there. Listen, we already ran all down the facts of the type of knives you could have.
Every official in Texas and already came out with there are no school knives allowed on school campus in Texas. These are now what we're doing is we're trying to bring back all the bullshit arguments that were leveled on the internet that hold no weight.
This was a fact I just looked up.
Dozens of lawyers, hundreds, have looked at this case. They've commented on it. They got YouTube channels with lawyers.
That's all off the internet. What you just said.
These lawyers,
they're also trying to sway people as well.
When you look at the lawyers who handle these cases, these guys have they've made a commitment to upholding the law. And every single one, black, white, blue, green, has said from what they see and what the information they've received, this doesn't look like it's going to be
What lawyers you seen?
Just look it up. You can look up 100 lawyers on YouTube.
No, cool.
Hold on.
Y'all just got on me talking about be specific and not just vaguely say nothing.
Because he's just throwing out blanket statements.
I'm not throwing out.
No, because you could just say, oh, the lawyers. Okay, which lawyers? And second of all, there was another stabbing in Texas.
Has nothing to do with this one.
No, this is what I'm going to tell you the difference is. It was a white boy stabbing a Hispanic kid. I think it might have in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Where were these lawyers?
Totally different situation.
No, where were these lawyers jumping out there to give their opinions to the public of what they think the outcome of the case should be? No, it's not.
Yes,
the only difference is the races are different. A black kid stabbed a white kid, so now everybody's online. Oh, he guilty because of this. I'm upholding the okay. If you uphold the law, keep it the same. Because a white kid stabbed a Hispanic kid, where was all these public opinions at?
That's not the facts. That's not even closely remotely.
Just because you say it's not the facts, don't make it not the facts, nigga.
If you stop interrupting me, I could tell you what the facts
I want to know why it's not.
I'm the only nigga who did research right here. I can tell that. I can tell from this conversation I'm the only nigga who did research.
We did 2
You don't even know about the
Listen,
case he's talking about.
Okay.
You were here.
You just brought up the white kid who stabbed the Mexican boy. Did you know that kid got jumped in the bathroom by like 5 kids? And when he continue, I don't want to fight. Those kids pursued this nigga out the bathroom, still was trying to fight him. That's when that kid pulled out a knife and stabbed someone.
We read exactly what happened on the show.
That is totally different from you being in somebody's tent stealing. They tell you, hey,
he wasn't
stealing, man.
Stop making stuff up.
Shut the fuck up.
We know what he was doing.
Shut the fuck up.
Listen, let me finish.
No, bro, you ain't not doing that.
This nigga just
let me finish.
It was raining outside.
Let me finish.
He went under a tent to stay dry.
It was raining.
Hey, the only reason he's so strong because he knows what happened to black people in these situations. He's not going to necessarily say it. This is the only reason he's so strong about him being cooked. That's why he has to make up all this other stuff talking about stealing and stuff.
A black kid stabbed a white kid in Texas.
Listen,
so naturally,
man,
we think he's cooked.
You guys are trying to oversimplify because a black kid stabbed a white man on the train in New York, got off. The white guy killed Jordan Neely, got off.
Facts.
These things are literally lining up exactly the same based on the circumstances. This guy, Karmelo, was under that tent. He was stealing. They asked him to leave. He got mad.
Hold on. Where's the evidence of you saying he stole?
There were witnesses who said he was stealing.
Where's the evidence?
Okay.
There's witnesses saying that they bullied him.
I said
so now you're doing the internet game.
Listen.
But they did say it was raining. It was facts that it was raining. That's why he was under the tent.
Someone asked you to leave from under their tent.
A student.
You pulled. It doesn't matter.
You can't tell me to leave. You're a student.
Even though
you don't have no jurisdiction, you have no power over me. You a student like me.
You can come tell me.
Bro, I just sat here and read what the witness said. They pushed him first.
Let me finish.
Then he reached in his bag.
Listen, you could come and tell me we outside on the sidewalk. You gotta leave, right? I could say, nigga, I don't gotta leave. That doesn't give me the right to pull a knife out and stab you in the chest.
And that don't give me the right to put my hands on
He
you.
never put his hands on him according to what they said.
According to the
I
witnesses,
just read
he
it.
did.
I just
Man, I
read
don't
it.
care
You
what
going
that
off of
lying ass
nothing.
heifer said.
You brought up a witness
Listen,
out your fucking brain.
the majority-
He reading a
this
police
nigga
The
crazy.
report.
majority of that's not the police
Yes,
report.
it
He reading the fucking police
Listen,
report. This nigga
The
crazy.
majority of the
Nigga crazy.
witnesses said they asked they asked Karmelo to leave. Karmelo stuck his hand in his bag, said, touch me, see what happens. Then he pulled out the knife and stabbed him.
Meet Uncle Ruckus, y'all.
We got the tape where everyone who's seen the tape is saying.
Have you
there
seen the
was-
tape?
No, but what everyone who's seen the tape has said that there was no physical contact made. Bro pulled the knife out and stabbed him. We got the law that says the force must be equal. And we got the common sense to tell us that
It doesn't
me
say the
touching
force
Sean
should
on
be
the
equal.
shoulder or pushing him.
That's not what it
That's-
says. No,
Bro,
that's not.
Show me.
I've read the law.
No,
I read it on the show.
We're
Show-
together.
nah.
I know.
Show
The
me.
mic
One
says-
mic.
One mic.
Hold on.
Hold on,
Yeah.
because it
Nah,
says
I
if
wanna
you
see
feel
what-
your life is
No.
in danger. This nigga makes blanket statements.
I
and he
want to
doesn't-
see where you
he
talking
leaves out
about this
details.
tape at. Show me that.
I just know this. He was under the twins' tent because it was raining. Now, from word for it to get that to that point, that's hearsay at this point, man, because we weren't there.
Damn hearsay.
I'm gonna tell you this: he's under the opposite team's tent. They're all gonna corroborate and make a story up to make it seem like Karmelo Anthony is guilty.
Short, you've been to a track meet,
I
right?
definitely have been to a track meet.
How are kids in high school at track meets? We all over
everywhere.
that.
Can
We
you
are
read
in every
this?
tent.
I
We
used
in every
AI.
tent.
Nah,
You
don't
read
use
it.
AI. Go to
What?
the real
Texas
stuff.
Self-defense law does not
This nigga
strictly
said AI.
prescribe
No, just this.
the
Go to
equal
the
use
police
of
report. They
said
got the
force
tape.
Let 'em read it.
Must be reasonable, appropriate to red face. This means a level of force. So
Read it out loud.
Yeah, you should.
while equal force isn't mandated,
No, I'm
Read
not
it.
talking about that.
Wait, let him finish the statement.
I want him to read the tape stuff he's
Let
talking
him,
about.
Let him finish the statement.
never
This is
seen no
straight
tape.
AI. This is a collection of all the information about Texas law.
All right, read it out loud.
we already went down this rabbit hole.
No,
bro.
let's read
basically,
it.
while equal force isn't mandated, using excessive force can negate a self-defense claim, and that's where Ruckus is trying to get at. With after the knife being stabbed, that's what I'm saying. He can
If
get
he
off on.
pushed
He
you,
stabbed him one time.
But-
Hold on,
Pushing me-
short. Hold on.
What?
Are y'all dumb? It says isn't mandated, meaning it is not mandatory. So equal force is not mandatory. That's what not mandated literally means. It does not have to be equal force if you feel your life is threatened.
but what is
So what the fuck are y'all
but
talking
what
about?
is defined is that the force must be proportionate to the
It's
threat
equal.
faced.
Yes.
That is
So
not-
if my
Wait,
life is on the line, me
Listen.
stabbing you is proportionate.
But if someone pushes you, if someone shoves you, which in this case we don't even see that he was shoved, that is
You
not-
didn't see nothing.
Wait a minute.
Talking about we didn't
Let
see.
me
What did you
finish.
see?
Why y'all gotta interrupt? Because y'all know y'all
Because
wrong.
no, you on that bullshit.
Listen, man. If someone were to shove you, right? Little kids push each other every day on the playground.
These
Little
ain't little
kids-
kids.
Bro, these are
Security
250-pound linebackers.
Security guards at clubs push people. What it's saying is, if someone shoves you or pushes you, you can shove or push them back. Hell, you could even throw a punch. But pulling out a weapon and stabbing them in the heart is not proportionate.
And this is where
To
I'm
a
saying,
push.
and this is where I'm saying he can get manslaughter on the best bet because
Short,
That
read
gets
that.
rid of the
Short,
manslaughter
hold on.
claim.
Since
what do you mean? Because he didn't intentionally try to kill him. It was-
Short,
he
read
was
that.
trying to
He brought a
Hold
knife
on.
and stabbed somebody in the heart.
What, no,
What
no,
was he trying to
that
do?
was it was not premeditated.
If I stab you in the
they're
heart,
trying to get him first degree murder, which is premeditated.
he's premeditated because he
Read
brought a
that.
knife to the school.
That was for safety. He wasn't not trying to read
what?
that.
Since he like you reading AI, read that.
What?
Yes, it is possible to die from a push.
Okay, thank you. What? It is possible to die from a push.
On
Yes.
some
And
bleachers.
on wet bleachers.
Yes.
At the top of wet bleachers.
It-
I'm a 240-some pound, 6-foot linebacker.
Right?
If I push you down wet bleachers, you can die.
And it is
So I
possible.
feel, and it's two of y'all,
and it
mind
is-
you. It's two of y'all and one of me
It-
in the middle of Texas.
and it is possible.
And I'm black and they white.
And it is
Do the
possible to
math.
drown in 2 inches of water. That don't mean if somebody pour water on your head, you could pull out a gun and shoot them in the chest.
And again-
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
if they're
That don't
drowning
even
you,
correlate.
Ruckus, you can't say that because again, the kid had a pocket knife. He did not intentionally or premeditate
y'all
going
gonna
up there.
continue to lose these arguments.
No, what
until
I'm
y'all
saying, he
accept the
never-
fact.
Nah,
But
you
out
just
there-
made up a bunch of nothing
No,
right
No,
now.
I did not.
Pay attention to detail.
Time out. Did he know?
You're telling me
Did he
He
know
said he seen
did
the
Metcalf-
video
did
talking
he
about
know-
what we seen.
did-
He
did-
said what we seen wasn't a force enough
Show.
push.
Did Metcalf-
Then he
If
talking
you
about
push me, if you push me in any state in the union, that does not give me the right to pull out a
But
knife
you're-
and stab you in the chest.
but
I
you're
showed you guys the example of listen, there was a white guy in Florida, right? I know you remember this. When the white guy was arguing with the guy's girlfriend, outside in the parking lot of her parking space. The black guy comes outside the store.
Yeah, she
he
shot him.
pushed the white guy. The white guy hits the ground. The white guy pulls out a gun and shoot bro in the chest. That white guy got off with self-defense. A year later, they took that nigga back to trial. They put that white guy in jail for 20 years. They said the force you used was not proportionate to the force that he used against you.
That's it?
The law in Florida
Hold on,
is
where
the
was that?
same. Listen, the law in Florida is damn near identical. I learned this through research. The law in Florida is damn near identical to the law in Texas.
Damn near is not identical.
If someone pushes you, you do not then have the right to pull a knife out and stab them in the chest. And it was premeditated because Karmelo reached in his bag first and said, touch me and see what happened. At that moment, you said, if this guy touched me,
I'm going to defend myself. I'm going to defend myself.
Where did you see that? Where did you see that?
That's what all the witnesses said that y'all using.
No, I never said that.
But the thing about premeditated.
So hold on. So your witnesses.
Karmelo said
okay, cool.
himself.
So your witnesses are according to
Karmelo said
you
that
just said you had lawyers and all type of shit.
So according to you, only your witnesses that you found are credible and ours aren't.
Karmelo said that out his own mouth.
Okay, cool. But you all day you've been saying witnesses. But then when he pulls up the actual statement, reads it off the actual report, his is incredible, but yours out the top of your brain out of thin air.
This ain't the top. What I'm telling you is, if it was just witnesses who said that, your point would be valid. But Karmelo said this out of his own mouth.
Yeah, so he gave a verbal warning. You know how when you draw when you have a gun license and you draw your weapon, you have to give a verbal warning before you start shooting.
This is a false equivalency. He ain't got no license and he wasn't supposed to have the weapon at all.
You have to say, hey, walk away or I will be forced to use this weapon. You can't just pull out and just start spraying. So touch me and see what happened. I gave you a verbal warning.
And you use it.
I gave you that's giving you a warning.
Hey, nah,
to let you know how to defend myself.
Let me say something. You used the other dude that got shot. You said they brought it up a year later. So that means somebody felt like he shouldn't have went to jail. The only thing is they probably refiled charges because somebody else might have took the case and felt different. The same way we're going back and forth, like you would hang Karmelo and I would let him free. That's the only thing difference. It depends on who you have on the jury and who you have as a judge. You as a judge is stretching a nigga. Me as a judge, he's going free. So that's the only difference.
I was straight up. Also, too, though, no, let me check this because you said he brought the knife out. That was premeditated, bro. It's a track event.
Why would you bring a knife to a track event?
Why do you carry a gun if you got a gun license?
Nah, bro.
He don't have a license.
Bro, so I'm saying, if you have one, is it premeditated if you defend yourself and shoot somebody?
No, it's not premeditated, bro.
It's protection.
It's protection. But what I'm saying is a knife can be used as a tool. You know, cats get spat under their shoe. You know what I'm saying? For ankle support. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It can be used as a tool. With those spikes, you got to screw them on. Not saying the knife is a tool for that, but what I'm saying is he's running track. You don't know what that knife could have been used for. It could have been used for spat for the ankle. No, what I'm trying to tell you.
Brandon, hold on. Let me ask you a question.
No, bro. No, bro, I'm trying to tell you.
I think he was in the stands.
This nigga said,
hold on.
A knife for cutting spat. Nigga, you play sport.
So you can use scissors or a knife,
nigga.
Y'all like, oh my God. See, I sound like fucking, you know what, bro? I'm telling you,
he brought the knife for protection, bro. They already said they already had altercations before or something, supposedly.
They didn't even know each other. They didn't even
know each other. Before shit was false.
So even if it wasn't
premeditated, then if they didn't know each other, again, premeditated is you know
that proves the point.
You going on, you know somebody's about to go murk you.
Walk him down.
You just said that. You cannot say premeditated murder if you didn't know.
Walk him down, short.
Premeditated is I know this cat. Oh, nigga, I'm about to catch him slipping when he get off of work.
I want you to listen very carefully to this. Say I got a CCW and I got a gun on me, right? I go into somebody's front yard or I'm just in a store, whatever, right? I got my CCW because I want to be prepared in case some shit go down, right? I go into an area that really, it's not my area. I really have no business being there. Let's say I come to get shelter from the rain, right? Someone comes and says, hey, you need to move or leave. I then pull the gun out and shoot that person in the chest. From what they're saying, the video shows, they're saying there was no physical nobody pushed nobody.
Who's saying this?
This is what the people who watch
Where can I find this at?
Anywhere on the internet.
No, I've seen them say that, but I have not seen the tape myself.
Listen, there's police officers that watched it. There's lawyers.
That's cool because they don't lie. Because they don't lie.
No,
hey, hold on. Can he read what first degree murder is? Can we read that first? Since we want to pull out. No, you read it. Let's see. Did Karmelo do that?
First degree murder is the most serious form of homicide, characterized by the intentional premeditated, and deliberate killing of another person, often with malice aforethought. So I feel like that's what Karmelo did.
Of course you do. He's black.
He put his hand in his bag. He said, touch me and see what happens.
So you missed
That's
the
not
point. No.
he leaves it out.
You missed that. Involving a level of planning and reflection prior to the act. Distinguishing for other types of murders. You forgot that part, my nigga.
He didn't want you to read it.
That's my point. Read the part.
I know. He didn't want to read that.
No, you left that part out, though.
Hey, this is what he does in debates, y'all.
listen.
He makes blanket statements and he leaves out key details to try to sound right.
Brother, bro, you deliberately left that last part
Brandon,
out.
Man,
this ain't Lush One, bro. We know your tactics.
Listen, man.
That shit don't work over
And
here.
it doesn't matter because what I'm saying is the truth. The man planned, he literally, the night before
he planned to go stab somebody he doesn't know?
No, let me finish. The man,
Listen,
the man the night before or the day of, the man put a knife in his backpack to carry it into an event where weapons are prohibited.
No,
We all
in
did
a
that.
state where racism is still brought
Now
around.
it's racism.
He brought it to
Now it's
protect
racism.
himself. It's a gang of kids
It
that come out there and say they be
don't
pressing him.
matter. It don't
Let me
matter.
say what I need to say, because you just want to scream. Like I said, at the end of the day, it wasn't premeditated. He kept it for self-defense, and he had it at the right time. Because if not, they would have probably beat him to a pulp.
He had it at the wrong time.
You said he
All
had
he
it
had
at
to
the
do was
right
turn around
time.
and walk away.
Turn around and walk away. They was pressing his
Hey,
line.
look, so-
Why they didn't turn around and walk
Hey,
away?
listen,
Hold on. Why didn't they go get
I'm
the
gonna ask
staff?
you. Listen, I'm gonna ask you as a man. If someone walks up to you, you under their tent, hey, bro, you need to leave. This is our team area. We don't want you here. Do you or do you not have the option to just say, you know what? Let me just go to my
We got the
team.
option to do a lot of things.
Hold on.
They had the option to never approach him.
So you
Did
gonna
they-
stab before
did-
you just walk off?
Did they not have the option to go get staff,
a coach.
a coach?
No, they didn't have
a
time. He
teacher?
stabbed them first.
No,
Too quick.
they did not need to go tell him to get from under the
This
tent.
nigga trolling right now.
Viral.
They had the option to never approach
Viral.
the man.
You come to me, you say, bro, you gotta leave.
Why am I
Wait,
coming to you in the
wait.
first place? I'm
Listen.
not the authority to tell you to leave.
Okay, listen. But you're coming to me asking me to leave, right?
And then I
I
push you.
could say that no.
With my twin brother, that's double your
The people
size.
watched the tape said there was no push. Now listen, the guy,
The witnesses on the
comes-
scene said there was a push.
one witness versus all other witnesses said there
How did
wasn't.
they some accuracy
Listen.
come with this tape now?
Listen.
Who was recording?
Listen,
Because
I'm-
if they was recording, we should have seen from the
was
beginning
school-
to the
it was
end.
school cameras.
Watch
It
they
was
use
school
some AI
cameras.
on this
I
nigga.
got
First
it.
nigga they finish
Wait
out
a
a book with
minute,
AI.
let me make this.
Oh, now they got AI tapes.
Let
All
me
this
make-
AI going up now. My boy go to jail.
What you doing
They
is called-
never brought up a
What you
tape.
doing is called
All of a
filibustering.
sudden, no. Why they
Listen.
not showing us the tape?
Let's just get to this
They
point.
trying to get the AI right. They
just-
trying to get all the
did.
glitches
Let's
out.
just get to this point. You asked me to leave. Now, before you can even go
I didn't
get
ask
someone
you.
in
I'm
charge,
telling you to leave.
I didn't ask you. I said,
Okay.
get the fuck
Look,
from up under this
and
tent.
I said like this,
And I'm a
fuck you.
student like you.
I'm not leaving, right? I say that. I pull out a knife, stab you in the chest. You didn't even have a chance to go get someone in
No,
charge.
I know. I didn't.
So
pull
you
out a
could have
knife.
just left with suspect.
You could have just turned around.
You
and
could have
left.
just left.
Yeah, which I did.
No, you didn't. You
Well,
went back and antagonized
Did
that
I
man,
jump up?
got him fired
Did I
up.
jump
Yeah.
up?
You could have just stopped
Listen.
arguing with him and left.
Listen, did I jump up, say, nigga, what you gonna do? All that stuff. I sat in my seat, non-threatening.
Nah, you told him
I
you called him
said-
a you told
I
him you
said,
called him a bitch.
You
You
can- listen.
tried to press him, make him look like a fool.
That was at
the
the
same
very-
thing they was doing to him, pressing him in a tent.
That was
probably
very-
females, all type of stuff around.
Hey,
Nigga, you
this
gonna
is
get
not-
marked out?
This is not looking good for you guys. Listen.
Nah, you getting killed right
no,
now.
no,
I ain't
I'm
gonna
not.
lie.
Please. You guys.
This was premeditated.
He's
You
using-
could say this was premeditated
he's
murder.
selectively arguing certain parts.
How
of what
so?
happened
That's what you're
between me and-
doing.
They
No.
never had to approach this
Listen,
man. We'd
man.
never be talking
Look,
about
man.
this. Over
Can
a
I-
track meet?
At the end of the day, you are not, you guys could talk about someone approaching somebody all day. But in this country where there's laws, if someone approaches you, even if someone pushes you, that does not give you the right to stab them in the chest with a knife.
According
Under
to
any
who?
circumstance.
According
It
to
gives you
who?
the right- It gives you the right to push them back.
According
it gives you
to
the right
who?
to throw a punch. It gives you the right to walk away.
According to who?
To the law.
No, that's
I
how
read
you're
the law.
dictating
You
it.
didn't.
I read it to you on the show because you never even read it.
All right, so look.
When you came, you
If
didn't
he
read
did-
it.
listen,
When
bro.
you showed up to the
If he
episode, you
did-
didn't read it.
If he
I had
did-
to read it to
if he-
you.
I had already read it.
No, you
If
didn't.
he- yes, I
Because
did.
I asked you on the show,
I
you
had
didn't
already
read
read
it.
it.
All right,
No,
so-
you didn't.
All right, let me
All
ask
right, yes, I
Ruckus.
did.
No, you
Because
didn't.
No, can I actually let me
Hey,
ask
don't
you?
let him cap
If it
you.
was
No, let me ask you-
self-defense, he
no,
would have
Ruckus,
never
no.
got indicted.
No, 'cause
Ruckus makes blanket statements and he says it confidently, so you believe that he's right.
Hey,
the
right.
nigga just makes shit up out of thin air. Everybody knows this.
Ruckus loving this
let me
shit
get
right
this off.
now.
Let me paint the picture though. No, real talk. Because I feel like this is our responsibility though, bro. Real talk, my nigga.
He on
Hey,
bullshit.
real talk.
Hey, this is what he did to suspect.
Hey, he's sweating
Hey.
because he getting cooked.
No, real talk.
Hey, this is the same shit he did to suspect.
Hey, Karmelo, hey,
he
look,
threw
no,
darts and acting like suspect just went crazy.
Peep game, watch this though. Karmelo Anthony had a 3.7 GPA. This
So?
nigga, no, shut the man. Listen, nah, bro.
He got him. He got him one leg. He got one.
What does that mean?
Don't let him get you short.
No, because what he doing is
That nigga
nigga.
had no 3.7.
Hey, he's filibustering.
Listen, he had 3.7 GPA, bro.
He just said Austin. He
bro,
just said Austin. Didn't even realize
Can
it.
he-
Carmelo is the nigga who stabbed him.
Let him
He said
do
Austin.
it. Or let him go. Let him go.
You right, Austin had a 3.7.
Yeah. that's
he has a 3. Listen, he has a 3.7 GPA.
You better start
He
reading
has-
that whole thing.
Hey,
Waiting
real
for you
talk.
to fuck up.
He has scholarship offers. There's no way a kid with a 3.7 GPA has scholarship offers to go D1 for football and track to go premeditate a kid and throw his whole future away. This is a kid who had admiration.
That's a lie.
Man, get the fuck out
Let's
of
be
here.
real.
bro.
Let's be real.
A
No.
nigga that
Because
got
this
something.
niggas from our own city who had everything.
We
going
not
for
talking
him.
about niggas
It's
from our own
small-
city.
it's allegedly
He's
small
not a
niggas
gang
that threw it
member.
all away.
He's not a
Listen,
gang
you're not
member.
a gang member, bro.
You don't know that.
Hey, don't
You
compare
know
cut
that.
to the homies.
We know
Scale.
that.
Don't do
Yeah.
that.
Hey, I didn't
Don't
see.
compare
you
cut to
said-
the
you
homies.
said-
Let's say this
you
though.
said-
Let's say this. Nobody participating in a track meet, knowing you have to participate that day, is going to a track meet looking for smoke.
Catching a body.
Unless you out
Unless they
there
got a knife.
looking for smoke on a track.
Unless they
running.
got a knife.
That's all they was doing. No.
Why did he bring the knife? if he
Because I
wasn't
might
looking
gotta
for
go
smoke?
home alone. When it's track meet, it might
Here
be
we go.
nighttime later. It could be anything.
And
I
the
don't want to
plan
get
was-
caught walking home. I could have a knife.
We
Act
got
like you ain't never had a knife.
Real talk.
Hey, so what? Now you know I'm even gonna go
No,
there.
I'm
I'm gonna let
just
you
saying,
have
real
it, Brandon.
talk.
Go
No,
ahead.
real
You
talk.
got
No,
it.
Brandon,
Next
you need to really
subject.
know
I'm
that.
like Kanye. Next
Hey,
subject.
now he need to really know the difference between
He know
first
the
degree,
difference,
second
nigga.
degree manslaughter.
Short.
I think you slipping on like
Short.
a left
You
flow.
missing the
Short,
point of
this
what
is-
he's
this is
doing.
what you got to think. He's rage baiting you.
He almost got
he's
that
raised
was
back-
in.
No, yeah, I did.
He's
I did.
Philip. Listen, this works on like the lush ones, the
Niggas
suspects.
getting mad because
This
I'm telling
doesn't
the
work
truth is
on the
not rage
hey,
Bro, I literally just looked it
So
up.
I have no reason to rage bait
all
you.
the Brandon
Bro,
fans.
This is the
his
fact.
tactics we've been dealing with since before you knew he
Man.
existed. It does not work here.
Carmelo
It works
Anthony
on
brought a
those
knife
hosts
and
over
stabbed
there.
somebody in the chest
That
for
shit
pushing
don't
the
work,
alleged.
bro.
He almost got
He
my
didn't
man.
even.
That's fine.
He
What
didn't
does that
even
have to
know.
do?
You just said he didn't have a 3.7.
What does that have to
Hey,
do
short,
with
hold on.
anything?
You low key be knocking niggas, bro, and you don't read
But
the whole
Austin
thing. You
Metcalf had a
manipulate it
4.0.
like you just did the paragraph. You stop reading when we prove our point. You try to shit. Let me turn left. Because
What's your point?
That's what
Bro,
he does.
Okay, so tell me what's your point.
It's not premeditated, and you're saying it's premeditated.
But how does the GPA have anything to do with
No,
that?
but you're making it seem like he was a thug nigga trying to go out there and catch a body.
He was.
No, he wasn't, bro.
They got pictures with AKs.
He has ain't no nigga up
Nigga,
there.
he got.
Them
So,
was
so does the
debunked
white
pictures.
boys.
What 3.7?
Hold on, he was
Listen,
with his
listen.
white friends as
What
well. They tried to make it look like he was only with his black
3.7,
friends.
if GPAs mean anything, got pictures of them with fucking guns.
So does the
and all
twin
that.
brothers.
Yeah, because they were hunting. This
So-
dude standing
right.
in his living room.
Guns is
No,
guns. It
he
don't
was
matter.
with his white friends. How you know they don't hold?
too long.
Listen.
Okay,
Yeah,
look,
all right.
listen, bottom line, meet Uncle Ruckus. He got y'all
So
food.
they both-
Wait, hold on. He been having y'all food with this Brandon stuff. This is Uncle fucking Ruckus. If you're black, you're whack to him.
That's
It's
not
over
true.
with. That's just what it is.
That's
if
not
you
true.
white, you right. That's what it is.
That's not
y'all let
true.
him be a chameleon all y'all want. We know this nigga.
If you're black, I'm going to hold you to the same standard
Okay,
as a white
let's
person
see.
or anybody else.
Are you holding Donald Trump to the same standard?
Which
because
standard?
Okay, I'm about to ask you.